Yo, what's up? Welcome everybody to the Arsenal versus Bayern Munich Champions League Watchalong. It's a big game for Arsenal as we look to, place ourselves among the elite of Europe by beating one of the other elite members in European football. Bayern Munich coming into this probably slight favorites based on their form so far this season. They have a perfect record in the Champions League. They've beaten Chelsea, and they've beaten PSG away with 10 men as well. So they've done really well. And Arsenal have a terrible record against Bayern Munich. I can't remember. I think the last time we beat them was like 2012 or 2013. So, we have a lot, going for us actually, based on our form after the big North London derby victory. So let's see, what we do in this game. Um, team news up right there. I had to make some slight changes from the weekend. So Merino stays up top. Gyökeres not on the bench. Gyökeres or Havertz. So still waiting for them to come back. Trossard, Eze, and Saka start as well. All three of them were excellent against Tottenham in the weekend. Rice and Mendy keeping their place in the midfield. Two changes in defense. Raya, Saliba, and Timber starting. I think those three are irreplaceable at the moment based on their form. But Mosquera is coming in for Hincapi. Mosquera has done excellent this season so far. What a signing he's been. So just putting him on, and Lewis Skelly is coming for Calafiori. I think that's just uh, well, Arteta rates Lewis Skelly highly. He's a very good young player, but I think Calafiori with the injury problems last season, I think that they're just easing Calafiori into it at the moment. Apart from that, if we would just want to look at the Bayern Munich's lineup's not up there, but Bayern Munich's gone with Kane up front as expected. Gnabry, Olise, and Karl starting in the front three with Pavlovic and Kimmich in the holding players. Stanisic, Ta, Upamecano, Lima in defense, and Neuer in goal. So the big news for Bayern is that obviously Luis Diaz suspended, and the two big players with Davies and Musiala both out injured, so they're not. I mean, long-term injuries. They're not playing this game. They're Well, looking at the lineups, I forgot to mention a big thing that Martin Odegaard's actually back on the bench, so that's big news for Arsenal. So just waiting for the game to kick off now. All right. Just waiting for kickoff here. I had to go with the zone. I think we have live coverage now. Yeah. So should have some coverage with 10 minutes to go. Big game for Arsenal against Bayern Munich. Obviously, excitement levels are kind of going down a bit following the North London derby. But I hope the team doesn't isn't there's no hangover from the team, and we're ready to pounce on Bayern Munich tonight. Okay. So our previous games against Bayern Munich came 2 years ago in the quarterfinal. We drew at home, and I remember watching that game. We actually started really well, with Saka scoring, and then we kind of had a little bit of a capitulation in defense with Raya and Gabriel with a mix-up that allowed I think Nabry, or was it Nabry or Sane, to score, and then Kane got his customary penalty against us. But apart from that, and then I think Trossard later on getting an equalizer, and then 2-2 going into Munich. It's just with our record there. Actually, our record's been quite good there. Back then in the Arsene Wenger days, I think we kept losing at home and then going and winning at their stadium, but then losing on away goals. So, just waiting for the game to start. A lot of ads here on in New Zealand. We got the zone, and still no coverage of the game. I think I tuned in when the other Champions League games are finishing up. I think Pafos and Monaco drew 2-2. So interesting. So waiting for these. There we go. Champions League music. Never get tired of this Champions League anthem. And apparently it's 3 different languages all singing "We Are the Champions" or "The Champions." Ah, it feels good to be back. It's been 3 years now, but it still feels great to be back in the Champions League. There we go. Teams are warming up. Both with 100% records. I'm gonna take this off. Both with 100% records, but Arsenal have yet to concede in the Champions League. So, you know, oh, look at that. The Emirates fireworks. Ooh. The tifo we had last game against Tottenham was great. Like, are we gonna pull off something like that again? Emirates sure does look lovely, doesn't it? Oh, look at the fireworks. It's just this is what we've been waiting for, right? like the club have to take, go on the front foot and engage the fans in the games. The atmosphere has just got to improve at the stadium, and so far so good. Manuel Neuer, the captain. Bukayo Saka, captain for Arsenal. It's come a long way, Starboy. I don't know. Of course, you got to be nervous for these types of games where the teams are walking out. But you got to be nervous for these kind of games. But, Arsenal, I think it's a different team. We're more professional team. So, expect big performances. Big game on the weekend against Chelsea. So we don't want any injuries tonight. It's Eze against Olise. It's Harry Kane against Arsenal. A lot of reunions. Last time I had Harry Kane was at the stadium. He scored a penalty. If you're a betting person, probably a Harry Kane goal is up there, isn't it? With one of the most obvious bets you could make. Harry Kane, Olise against Eze, Gnabry back at Arsenal. Pamecano and Ta, good players. Haven't really watched Bayern too much this season, so it's a bit interesting seeing Lima as well at right back. Lewis Skelly's come a long way as well. With the injuries to Calafiori and Tomiyasu and Tierney last season, we had to go with Lewis Miles Kelly, and he's done really well. Miles Lewis Kelly, my bad. I keep mixing up his name. Vincent Company against Arteta. Arteta, who actually coached him at Manchester City, and then destroyed him, I think, when he was coach at Burnley a couple of seasons ago in both matches. So, and people are saying, okay, here we go, line up, and I'll get back to what I was saying before. Raya in goal, Lewis Skelly and Mosquera, the only two changes in defense. Well, the only two changes from the lineup. Rice and Zubimendi as another hat trick on the cards, perhaps. That'd be really sweet. Trossard, Merino, and Saka, of course. Good. Only Rice is in danger of a suspension. And if, I think our next game is against Club Brugge, and then we're playing Inter away. So, not a bad game to miss, against Club Brugge. Referee from Italy, Marco Guida. Not really familiar with European referees. I think the ones that I recognize the names, I think they're all retired by now. Okay, here we go. The Bayern Munich lineup. Manuel Neuer in goal. Feels like he's been here a lifetime. And the defense looks pretty solid, a bulky team. Gnabry, Carroll, and Olise, and then Harry Kane up top. So they're going with a strong team as well, it looks like. Nobody in their team is in danger of suspension. But Nicholas Jackson on the bench, we know him from his Chelsea days. So both teams have notable injuries coming into this game. So let's see what we do. Little team huddle. I think it's Declan Rice giving the and Saka. No, it's Saka and Declan Rice. What can we do against Harry Kane? Are we gonna break the Harry Kane hoodoo voodoo against us? Match is about to kick off. Got ready for the timer. Marco Guida, kick us off. Exciting. There we go. Game underway. Arsenal against... Oof, I didn't... What's wrong? What's going on here? Oh. Bit of a hijinks. this is not what we wanted. Bit of a terrible start here. Oh my god. Well, Bayern on the front foot here, and I have messed up my timer. So we gotta start again with the timer. Okay, what do we got here? Minute in. Okay, we're good now. We're good now. All right. We solved that big problem. Okay, here we go. So Bayern on the front foot at the moment, just well, not front foot, playing a little bit of passing. I think that's Stanisic. Tar, Arsenal pressing Bayern at the moment. Tar back to Neuer. Neuer, of course, one of the best keepers of the ball at his feet. Sometimes playing defensive midfield or a sweeper or a central defender. Right, upfield to Trossard against Stanisic. Will Stanisic do a better job against Trossard than what Spence did in the weekend? Here's Olise against his former teammate in Eze. Back to Tar. Some space to run for the centre-back. So you can already see from the start of this game, you know, Bayern Munich are playing a different pace and setup than what Tottenham did. You know, Bayern aren't looking like they're going to sit back. We're looking more like the team who's sitting back at the moment. Olise drifting into midfield at the moment. Now he's pushing up top. Is Kane. Kane doing his customary dropping back into the defensive midfield and flick on for Lima here by Gnabry, but Timber is quick enough to get to it, and Raya kicks it upfield, clears the ball. Merino losing out to Tar, Zubimendi upfield, and Kimmich play on by the referee. Kimmich has the ball, and it's going to be a foul against Declan Rice. So Arsenal haven't really held the ball so far in the opening 3 minutes here. It's been all Bayern. And you would expect them to have more possession. Good from Timber. And is that a foul? It is a foul. Foul against Tar on Eze. It's a free kick opportunity now for Saka or Declan Rice to bring the ball in. It did catch him. Rice did have, Eze did get a foul there by Tar. So that is a foul. Here we go. Set piece opportunity for Arsenal in the opening 4 minutes here. Saliba just giving the waves up to, you know, put the ball in to the box. Manuel Neuer's got a stash going there, probably for Movember. It's probably going to be Declan Rice with the in-swinger. Players are all ready. Ball is a lovely ball, and oof. Saliba's header just wayward. Big chance for Arsenal there, or big chance for Saliba. It looks like we did, a lot of players did look offside there as well. I'm not sure if they would have checked that at the end. We did look like we were a second earlier than the Bayern Munich defenders there. Our players. So Arteta's got a fantastic record at home in the Champions League league phase. And Saka did well. He's double teamed here. And it's gone against Saka here. The throw-in. So Limer and Pavlovic, I think, double teaming Saka there. And that's going out, and it's Arsenal's ball. Good pressure from Saka there on Lima. Vincent Company, he didn't do too well at Burnley with them relegated that season. He's very stubborn with his approach, but he's done quite a decent job of Bayern Munich. But then, and then people are saying, excuse me, people are saying that, maybe he's a natural replacement for Pep Guardiola once he leaves. So long throw-in opportunity for Arsenal now with Declan Rice. This is probably something Bayern aren't used to in the Bundesliga, and it's bouncing around there, but Bayern Munich clear it. And here's Lewis Skelly, probably with his first touch of the game. And he's lost the ball in a dangerous place, and I think that was Carl that had it. But Bayern Munich, looks like we reorganized ourselves. Saka pressuring the centre backs. Trossard now against, and Trossard does block Stanisic's pass. There's Carl to Pamecano, back to Neuer. For Dinky pass over top, he finds, I think that's Stanisic. There's Kimmich. Kimmich is a great player. I would have loved him at Arsenal. I think he might just stay at, Bayern Munich now until retirement. He's a fantastic player, Kimmich. He can play, he's a versatile player. Can play defensive mid, right back, any position in midfield, really. Stanisic. And here we go. Pamecano, ball over the top. We've done okay so far. Here's Marino. Oh, lovely ball over the top to Trossard. Flag stays down, and oh, it's still live. Saka has it, and back to Superman. He scuffs it, but Trossard has it, and it's blocked. And now the referee gives offside. Don't know which one it was for, the initial run by Trossard or the... Ooh, that looks tight. I don't know if he was offside on that initial one, but Trossard through. He tries to dink, lob Neuer. He unsuccessfully goes. The ball goes far too wide. Saka has it. So a couple of opportunities for Arsenal here. And as always, it's a story against Bayern Munich, isn't it? Where, we start the games off brightly, we have good opportunities, and then Bayern just score. And Saliba running up there, and his pass finds Neuer, nobody else. So some other big games happening as well. Tottenham against PSG. I just have a look at the other games as well, just to see. So Copenhagen beat Kairat 3-2. Was there a late goal in that game? No, Kairat actually scored late on. PSV have a leading against Liverpool. It's a Perisic penalty. So Liverpool's terrible form continuing. And Olympiacos leading against Real Madrid. So Real Madrid's terrible form continuing as well. Here we go, Olise. And the other big games still 0-0. Atletico Madrid against Inter Milan, and PSG 0-0 against Tottenham. So Bayern Munich have had more possession than Arsenal so far, but we've had the better chances to score. Here's Eze. Well, Eze pressuring Upamecano. There's Kimmich finding Olise to Carl, back to Olise. So we're going a little bit of a soak up the pressure kind of tactic at the moment. Bayern Munich just playing it around the back, building up from the back. Gnabry back to Tar. They're looking more like the home team at the moment. I think it's a deliberate tactic by Arteta just to soak up. And defensively, you know, we are very capable of this. We've been very good this season with our defensive record. And there we go. Trossard almost intercepting the pass. We had to touch a ball in the last couple of minutes. Bayern Munich having, I think they had close to 80% possession last time I looked. Pomecano back to Tar. Lima with Saka. No, Nabry with Timber. And oof. Don't know if that was a foul or referees saying play on. Just coming together, accidental coming together, if anything. There's Kimmich to Olise. Double teamed at the moment with Trossard and Lewis Skelly. Stanisic to Tar to Nabry. I swear every time I see Nabry, he's got a different haircut on. Just gotta be careful of Nabry. Nabry likes to score in big games as well. Scored against us last time at the Emirates. And Pomecano, ball over the top to Nabry. And that's gone out. Arsenal finally have the ball back. Can we get some sort of rhythm going with our play? Rice clears it upfield. We are showing a lot of respect to Bayern at the moment, you know, and whether, you know, we're not able to get the ball off them or they're just really good at holding the ball. Good to release Saka. Again, he's, you know, marked by 3 players there, and, you know, the referee's given a foul against Saka. I'm not sure. I mean, the player was already on the ground. I don't know what that free kick was for. And Arsenal will have it back. Lewis Skelly. Some dangerous opportunities for Bayern. Nothing, you know, endangering our goal. Just goal threat opportunities. Here's, oh, referee given a foul. Dangerous position. If he didn't give the foul, would have been a dangerous position to lose the ball. But he's been fouled here by, I think that's Stanisic. Oh, Pavlovic. Pavlovic. Skera to Rice. So we just need to hold the ball a little. Just be comfortable with it. We don't want to do what we what happened with our Richarlison. Don't want to lose the ball up in our position too much. So Zubimendi plays to Trossard, who's playing defensive mid at the moment. Zubimendi. Zubimendi is doing the Kimmich role from earlier on. Here's Lewis Skelly. Foul against Tar there. Now, Tar's committed a couple of fouls and he's very adamant that he's not committing these fouls. There we go, Merino. Too much on it for Trossard. He's never going to get there. Merino and Trossard have a good understanding at the moment. They just need to click in the opening stages here. Mosquera's header is up there to an Eze's touch. Doesn't find any Arsenal player and it's going to come back to Arsenal. Mosquera finding Saka. Good pass. Saka again. Every time Saka gets the ball, he's got 2-3 players on him. That's the assignment, it seems like. Saliba to Raya. And Raya pass upfield. It's a lovely ball, but Neuer, oof. Header by Neuer, just didn't fall to Trossard. Neuer again rushing out. You know, he's something he's extremely famous for, but something happened. Saka's nose is bleeding, it looks like. Did he take a hit there by Neuer? I'm not sure what happened. What happened to Saka here? Not sure what happened. Ooh, the ball. Yeah. That No, so Neuer's clearance just ricocheted off his nose, so might have damaged his nose a little. So just a stop and play here, just to cover up the blood. We don't want anything happening to our star boy now, do we? Thomas Tuchel watching on, former Bayern manager, current England manager. He's got his eye on a couple of Arsenal players. Probably looking out for Lewis Kelly, Rice, Saka, and Harry Kane. Harry Kane, his main player for England, really. So just a temporary stoppage. Just looking at other results. What's going on? Atletico Madrid have taken a lead against Inter Milan. Alvarez scoring in that game. Liverpool have equalized with Soboslai. And Van Dijk getting a yellow card. I'm not sure for what. Real Madrid still losing. PSG Tottenham still 0-0. Yeah, would you look at that? Tottenham, Bayern have 71% possession so far. We've managed to bring down that number slightly in the last few minutes. But we're down to 10 men temporarily, with Saka getting treatment for his nosebleed. Will Bayern take advantage of that now? Be very unfortunate if we concede now. No, Saka's back on. Maybe he was back on, I wasn't noticing. So Elise and Lewis Skelly Elise got the better of him, but Lewis Skelly just grabbing and trying to pull him down. It is a foul. An opportunity now for Bayern Munich to whip a ball in. He did get the better of Lewis Skelly. So opportunity for Bayern Munich now to whip the ball in with Kimmich on top of it. Ball is in and Marino clears it partially, and ball goes all the way back to Neuer. Arsenal can get out and reform themselves. Lise now against Trossard. Somebody who needs to be double marked as well, looks like. And the ball in. It's gone out for a corner. Trossard did well there against Olise. So Bayern Munich have some tall players as well. But Arsenal, come on, we're the best team of set pieces in the country. Potentially in Europe, we can't concede here. And Upamecano's header is not troubling anybody there. The ball spent an extremely long time in the air. I think there was a foul there or something. I think Lewis Skelly pushed over by Stanisic. And that header not troubling anybody from Upamecano. So Arsenal have the ball now. Hopefully we can keep it more or longer than we did last time. Marino's header not almost finding Timber. But that's the thing. Ooh, Lewis Skelly does well, and just too much for pass over the top to Trossard. Here we go. Saka. Ball played into the air. Nothing given for that. Zubimendi does well, and it's a corner to Arsenal. Arsenal just increased the tempo a little bit. We're doing well with the second balls and whatnot. Here we go, first corner to Arsenal. Does this feel, no matter how many corners we get or how many free kicks we get, every single one feels exciting, doesn't it, as an Arsenal fan, with the way the season's going. Zubimendi and Timber on the back post there. Bayern Munich not going to know what hit them now. Come on, what are we going to do? Saka's delivery, it looks good. It's in, it's a goal, and it's Yuri and Timber. 1-0 to Arsenal. Yes! Bayern Munich don't know what hit them. What a delivery by Saka. As soon as you saw that delivery by Saka, you knew that an Arsenal player is going to put their head on it. And it's Timber, of all people. He's been great. What a start by Arsenal. Set piece FC strikes again. 1-0 to the Arsenal. And companies complaining about something. As always, they will complain. Nah, I mean, there's nothing in it. I mean, Timber knocks into him on the way past, but nobody's near him, and he goes. Noah goes for the he goes to catch it, and then he's in no man's land. Exactly, what happened with Nick Pope when we played Newcastle a few months earlier. It's always when we score a goal, it's always Arteta and our set piece coach there. And probably Noah saying, it's my fault. I took a risk, tried to go for it, and Timber's just there. So, Bayern can have all their position, but we lead. And if we keep a clean sheet now, well, Bayern Munich haven't done anything so far, so there's no reason to think we will not keep a clean sheet. And grabs it and releases. Ooh. Oi, 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 what happened there? It's a yellow card to Upamecano. He took a little stroll out with the ball, and I think Mosquera won it. And I gotta have a look at this again. Mosquera goes into the 50-50 and he leaves his foot in there, and then that's a heavy fall there from I mean they're showing the free corner again, and Timber, when he's running into position, he just gives Neuer a little push, but I think there's enough time between that push and the ball actually coming to the box. Maybe it's delayed him, getting as far out as he can. But we get the first yellow card of the game, and it's Upamecano with a I wouldn't say it's an egregious. Oh, forgot to change the scoreline again. Always keep forgetting to do that because we're so excited about scoring a goal that we keep forgetting to update the scoreline. So it's another set piece for Arsenal. Let's make it 2 from 2, shall we? Ball in. And can't clear it. Saka has it. Good strong there from Saka, and Declan Rice, ball back in and goes all the way to Manuel Neuer. I feel like Declan Rice has done well. Declan Rice could be a really good, centre back. Cameras on Company. A lot of people saying, he doesn't deserve to be Bayern Munich coach. What has he done? He's gone from Manchester City. I think he had a little spell with Anderlecht. Ooh, pass back from Bayern. Looked a little dangerous, but no, he handles it. He had a little spell with Anderlecht, and then he went to Burnley, got them relegated, but he got them promoted. And then it's just style of football with Burnley, who's very stubborn with his approach, sticking to his fluid football. And when you don't have the players, it's difficult, right? So, and then he's done a good job with Bayern Munich so far. Won the league last season. Will probably win the league again, most likely. And they've been very good in the Champions League. They, comfortably beat Chelsea in the first game, albeit at home. But then they beat PSG, and PSG had a lot of chances in that, and but with 10 men they held on. Foul against Marino here on Joshua Kimmich. One thing you can't say about Kompany is that, you know, he's got style. Always, I see him on the sideline. He has some interesting clothes on, or always different clothes on. You know, you look at Mikel Arteta, he's got the same get-up. He's got that style, doesn't he? Kompany's got ever-changing style. Over the top, Timber does well. Zubimendi all the way back to, and took a little nick off Saliba's head, so Raya's able to claim that ball. Zubimendi to Rice. Rice looking for options. Here's Marino. Good. Marino, who's he going to play on? He's looking for that Trossard pass again, and he does find him. Lovely touch from Trossard. And now is Rice. Back to Trossard. He finds Lewis Skelly. Lewis Skelly ball in, and Bayern Munich do well defensively. So Arsenal, bit of a attacking threat at the moment. Saliba. Declan Rice is there if you can find him. Goes back to Mosquera, who will give it back to Rice. Back to Mosquera. Back to Raya. Looking for an outlet here, Raya. He's got Timber. He's gonna go for Saka. Lovely touch. Oof, well, spoke too soon. I jinxed Saka there. It's a tense game, isn't it? Because apart from, you know, getting a positive result, you don't want any injuries to inflict your team. Looks like Real Madrid have turned the Olympiacos game on its head, with Mbappe getting a quick-fire double, 2 goals in 2 minutes, to put them in front. Still no other changes in results. Gnabry to Pomacano is on a yellow card. It's good when the opposing team centre back has a yellow card, doesn't it? It's very good. I mean, when you look at when you see the game yesterday, Chelsea against Barcelona, it just shows you that, you know, Bayern Munich are a much stronger team than Barcelona as well. Barcelona just a terrible setup in the game. Trossard looks for a foul there. The referee says nothing to do. Here's Pavlovic to Kimmich. Ball over the top. Mosquera gets it, and Declan Rice has it. Back to Raya. Raya, good ball. Calm pass to Zubimendi. Finds Saka. Bit too much on it, but lovely. They get themselves out of the Eze, who haven't seen Eze touch the ball in a while. Eze to Lewis Skelly. To Rice. To Trossard. By himself again against 3 Bayern Munich players. And the ball goes out. It's the theme. It's the theme, isn't it? You know, as Arsenal, either if you're Eze or you're Trossard or you're Saka, or by Real Madrid make it 3-1. It's a hat trick. It's a 7-minute hat trick by Kylian Mbappe. Crazy. I'm gonna turn that off for now. It keeps distracting me. Neuer's pass should be Saliba. Yep, Saliba does well. Zubimendi, little back heel. And Harry Kane as Saliba stops anything. And here's Eze. A lovely ball to Marino. Marino to Eze. No. I'm not sure what exactly happened there. Marino, he could have taken the shot himself, but it's a little bit of an unselfish pass to Eze. Big chance to make it 2-0, though. Eze does well through the legs of Pomacano, Eze, and then I don't know if that was blocked or what. Lovely touch by Eze, and lovely pass through the legs of Upamecano, and then he has it back. I'm trying to see what happens here. He tries to turn it. He just got a shot all wrong, didn't he? He tried to put it into the corner, and a wayward pass by Harry Kane, but Kimmich recovers. A big chance there for Arsenal. That should have been 2-0. And with the form Eze is in, you expect them to score, but I think, facing off against Neuer, maybe the pressure got to him. I mean, Bayern can have all the ball, but we've had the biggest chances, we should be 2-0 up by now. We should be 2-0 up right now. Here's Zubimendi. Where's Saka? Oh, Saka, yeah, playing deeper at the moment. Here's Olise. He keeps switching flanks. No luck at the moment for him. Kimmich with an over-the-top ball. Gnabry has it, and they score. And it's Carl. It's an over-the-top ball to Gnabry, who plays it square to Carl. I mean, defense was on shambles there. And Bayern Munich score. It's that youngster, Carl. Kimmich with an over-the-top ball. I mean, defensively we're being great, but all it does is just that one. Look at that. Finds Kimmich all the way from his own half. Just sees the run of Gnabry. He's onside. He's not offside. And then Mosquera's just not close enough to him to have any impact. I mean, he's just sitting in between Mosquera and Saliba there. And Bayern Munich score. They make it 1-1, and yeah, Raya has no chance as well. Well, our non-conceding record's gone. We finally conceded in the Champions League and at home. Just switched off there. And Bayern Munich took full advantage. We're back to, we should have, again, it's football, right? We should have made it 2-0, and instead it's 1-1 now. And it's the story of the game at the Emirates, in the quarterfinal 2 years ago, where we should have put that game to bed. We should have been 2-3-0 up in the first, 20, 30 minutes. Instead, Bayern score because we switch off, and then they score a penalty. So it's just a story against Bayern, isn't it? It's just, now we just need to settle down. And again, another ball over the top. Now this time to Kane, but Saliba does well this time. Again, you see Kane tumbling so easily. You think he's always looking for that penalty, isn't he? And a ball by Saliba to nobody. Ball still in play though. No, yeah. Ball into the top. Saliba got time now. Got Zubimendi, Trossard. No, yep, Zubimendi. Raya over the top. Good flick on from Timber, but Saka's done well. Oh no. I thought he did well, but Gnabry gets a foot in there. He does well to recover from his initial mistake. Timber does well against Lima, but then again, 3 people on 1 player. What are we doing? Look at the space here. Where is Lewis Skelly? Bayern Munich have to take advantage, and they don't. I mean, guys, like shambolic there from Arsenal, just all over the place. We just need to settle down. Referee gives advantage, and I mean, Trossard's not there, Lewis Skelly's not there. There's nobody on. I think that's Pavlovic. Absolutely nothing. No, it's Stanisic, and he just decides to be greedy and take the shot himself, and he's dragged that far too wide. Somebody's down for Arsenal. It's Trossard. Doesn't look good. Madueke looks like he's warming up. It's a lovely ball by Kimmich to find Gnabry. Gnabry with just a first time pass into, and Carl's just wide open. I mean, you need better communication from your centre backs in that position, in that sort of, moment, but just switched off the defense and again switched off again. And Bayern Munich should really have scored that. When you look at the bigger picture of this game, Trossard's not happy. I think the referee's telling him to, go to the sideline. I think don't, take a risk, bring on somebody else. I think it's a big miss though, Trossard. Because Trossard does, he's offensively and defensively, he's a fantastic player. And, to have somebody like him, injured, I think if he comes off, I hope it's not a serious injury. I think it's just something that he can't continue on. Just a precaution, really. So Madueke is coming on for Trossard. Hopefully, it's not just a precaution. Nothing too serious. You got the Chelsea game coming up in the weekend. You need somebody like Trossard. He's a big game player. I think he scored the most goals against Liverpool in the Premier League, and then I think it's Chelsea's second most. So you need Trossard fit for that game. Madueke comes on. I think Madueke is a more direct player, so he's gonna Trossard straight down the tunnel. Probably just to see what the injury is. Really, I think nothing to be too stressed about. He is walking normally. He's not limping or anything like that, or he's been stretched off. So it's just a minor precaution, I think. Forgot the scoreboard again. I gotta make it a habit to check this first. Poor me, right? Declan Rice to Raya. So game's back on. Might get a lot of added time due to the injury. Mascara to Lewis Skelly. Lewis Skelly does well to turn away from Elise, but referee will give a free kick. He was being pulled. Ball played quickly to Saka. Referee saying no. Don't know why the referee didn't allow us to play that quickly. Declan Rice. It's Kimmich running after him. It's a lovely ball to Timber though. He did slip, but Lima's he's been very good, hasn't he, today? And Harry Kane just getting around Saliba. He's got a few people on him, and his pass finds Lima. Gotta watch for the diagonal ball. Here's Elise. To Stanisic. Back to Elise. Gets the better of Lewis Skelly, but ball in, and Saka does well to clear it. Here's Kimmich. Saliba does well. Saliba does extremely well. Here's Saka. Again, 3 players on him. Here's Timber. To Zubimendi. Back to Raya. Finds Saka. Don't lose the ball. Whatever you do, don't lose in that position. Is Marino to Madueke with probably his first touch. Back to Lewis Skelly. Here's Eze. Eze's been a bit of a passenger in the first half. Apart from that big chance that he squandered, he hasn't really done much. Let's unleash Madueke here. Let's see what we can do. So 5 minutes left in the half plus stoppages, and we'll probably have a couple, maybe 3, maybe 4 or 5 minutes due to Trossard's injury. Lewis Skelly's looking for someone to pass to. He finds Mosquera. Throw in. Here's Declan Rice. To Saliba. To Saka. Back to Saliba. I don't think this game's going to finish 1-1. This game has still got a few more goals in it. What we can't do is lose this game. If you... We don't want to lose this game, and we already have one casualty. Trossard's injured. I'm not sure what happened there. Madueke takes a tumble, but Neuer passes it out. So no, sorry, it was Eze. Was it Eze? Yeah, Eze takes a tumble. Another crossfield ball. Arsenal do well to get that back. It's Bayern Munich with their crossfield balls are just causing us problems, aren't they? Here's Saliba. Now, Saka does well to get away from Lema, but he will be booked for the foul, and he kicked the ball away. So he's going to be booked for that. And Arteta's getting booked as well, just for his reaction. It's always lively, isn't he, Arteta? Well, Lima, looks like Lima was going to get booked, but Arteta's antics got him a yellow card as well. I think I should add that, because it's a manager booking, doesn't really count, doesn't. I'll leave that off. Here's Rice. Marino back to Saliba. Mosquera. No, Zubimendi. It's either Zubimendi or Declan Rice in between the centre backs. Lewis Skelly. Zubimendi. No. Trying to find a pass out. He finds Rice. And he does well to find Saka. Saliba. Trying to do something himself, but no, he gives it off to Zubimendi. Nice pass to Madueke. Here we go. What can Madueke do? Zubimendi. Ball over the top to Timber. Back in. Oh, nothing done there. Back to Neuer. I mean, that's sort of position, you want, Gyökeres in. Just going behind Madueke. He's too far up ahead. I mean, he did get a little push on the back from Upamecano, but I don't think the referees are going to give anything for that. It's Eze. No, it's Neuer, sorry. I'm just looking at Eze at the moment. Olise is always dangerous. He's in the box now. To Kane. Arsenal gotta clear it, and Saliba's clearance hit Zubimendi on the back. It falls gratefully for Raya. So Saliba trying to hit Zubimendi on the backside. And it's just funny football there. Here's Madueke getting the better of Stanisic. Saka, back to Madueke. Back to Saka. Nobody in the box to play that ball to. Back to Rice. Rice's cross is blocked by Pavlovic. So long throw-in opportunity now for Arsenal. We're looking at a nice touch there by Carl. He's a good player, isn't he? How old is he? I think I read somewhere that he was extremely young. He's an extremely young player. I think he's 17. Yeah, he's 17 years of age. Insane, right? So long throw-in opportunity now for Arsenal. Doesn't really go past anybody. Here's Rice. Lewis Skelly to Eze. To Saka. It's a terrible place to lose it. Don't lose the ball there. Timber. Back to Rice. Rice running into the box. Finding Madueke, but it's just kicked out. Here's Olise. Referee's given a foul. No, it's a throw-in. Throw-in to Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich fans in full voice on their way in singing. I don't know what Lewis Skelly's doing. Why is he holding him like that? So free kick for Bayern Munich. Kimmich puts the ball over the top. He finds Olise, but it's going to go out for Arsenal throw-in. Should be half-time, 10 seconds left. The referee probably once his throw-in is taken, he's going to blow the whistle. And there we go, half-time here. Half-time. Initial thoughts are that a bit disappointing, really. Not disappointing, but initial thoughts at halftime. So Timber, set piece goal for Arsenal, and then Carl scoring 10 minutes later. I think that, you know, we started off on the back foot. I think we're sitting back, you know, inviting Bayern Munich. They weren't really doing much, and then we had a couple opportunities to score before that. Before Timber actually scored, we get our corner and we do well with that corner. So Timber scores 1-0 up, and then we kind of grow into the game. You know, you don't really see much from Bayern after that, you know, before or after scoring. And then Eze has a big chance. I think 5 minutes later, a big chance for Eze. He just fluffs his lines. He just messes up his shot, right? I think he tried to put on the bottom corner, and I think he hit it. His foot was too on. When you look at the replay, his foot's just, you know, wrong position, really. A wrong angle. So the ball goes out, and Saka's not close enough to, you know, get a tap in. And you just know that, you know, every time you play Bayern Munich, if you don't take your chances, they're going to punish you. And that's exactly what happened. So, you know, and then Kimmich has the ball on the halfway line, and then he just puts a lovely ball for Gnabry, who just, you know, touches it into the box. And then Carl's just wide open. A centre back's, nobody's on him, no one's pressuring him. He's wide open to just bang that in. And Raya's going the other side, so it just goes past Raya. And after that, Bayern Munich should have made it 2-0. I think there was a foul, the referee plays advantage, and then another ball over the top finds, I think it's Stanisic, who just, he had Kane, he had Olise, and he decides to take a shot, and he scuffs a shot, so, or pulls it too wide as well. So when you think about it, the chances that both teams have had could easily be 2-2, but we're stuck with 1-1 at the moment. we've been decent, right? I wouldn't say Bayern Munich are dominating us, peppering our goal. We've been good defensively. You just gotta watch out for those passes over the top, and you gotta watch out for Kimmich. Every time Kimmich has the ball, he's capable of doing something insane. I mean, just looking at the shots, right? You know, three shots each for teams. We've got a higher XG and one shot on target each. So it's a very close game. And you know, if you said to me, ooh, look at that. If you said to me that you know, would you take a draw coming into this game? You obviously want to win all your games. You know, this it's an important win. It's a statement game. You know, arguably the two most informed teams in Europe at the moment, two best teams arguably in Europe at the moment, and as Arsenal being the home team, you want to see a positive performance. You want to see a win. You don't want to see a loss. Loss is the last thing we do. And if we end up, you know, keeping this a draw or winning it potentially, then you know we're the first team to stop them from winning in the Champions League, and we're the second team this whole season overall to stop them from winning. I think in the league they had a 2-all draw against them. I think it was Cone. I'm not sure in the league they dropped points. Looking at the other results in Europe, Richarlison scored for Tottenham. Then Vitinha scored for PSG. But it looks like Tottenham have a higher XG, but majority of the shots are going to PSG though. Liverpool still won 1 with PSV, and Real Madrid winning 3-1 at halftime against Olympiacos thanks to an incredible hat trick by Kylian Mbappe. And Atletico Madrid are beating Inter Milan. So if it stays this way, Arsenal and Bayern will go top with 13 points if Inter lose. I mean that's that's good. It makes our remaining games less stressful than because what do we got? We got after this we got 3 games remaining. We got Club Bruges who are currently losing somebody. Sporting. Club Bruges are losing 2-0 to Sporting. So if this stays like that, we're top of the table with Bayern Munich, and so remaining 3 games we got Club Bruges, we got Inter Milan away, Club Bruges away, Inter Milan away, and then we finish up with a home game against Kairat. And as we saw last season, and I think this is going to be the theme, right? If you get 16 points minimum, I think you finish in the top 8. So if it stays like this, we're on 13 points. So, we could get just one more win, and then we could be comfortable for 8th place. This makes those remaining 2 games a bit of a stretch, a bit of a tense affair, really. But I think we should beat Club Bruges, even if it's away. And I think they've been quite decent at home. I think they held Barcelona to a draw, and they could have won that game. In fact, I think Inter Milan's going to be tough. I think this is a different Inter Milan team. I think we could beat Inter Milan this year. This Inter Milan team is different. We can beat them, and I think Kairat should win final game. I mean, but we saw last season, right? The higher you are, it doesn't really matter. You could have somebody. I mean, just looking at the round of 16 teams, Liverpool, Newcastle, Tottenham, Atletico Madrid, Barcelona, Juventus. There's some tough teams all around, right? Are we back for the Champions League, the semi-final? I mean, second half. Well, I hope we're back for the semi-final. We're back for the second half. I mean, the coverage is a little lame, isn't it? It's just all ads at the moment. No, teams are not out. I think this is a half-time show, isn't it? Took a while to get here. This is the half where, kill off the game. It's been very, very, tense first half. Bayern Munich, though, just passing it around themselves, their position figures, watching the game, you look at the position figures, and it's very deceiving because, they have 60% possession, but they're just playing it in their own box. Well, not in their own box, sorry, like around the halfway line. And then sometimes, you have that ball over the top, which Kimmich did. The two chances they've had have been balls over the top. So we just need to, we're not being exposed with any passes through our lines. It's over the lines, and then when you have somebody like Kimmich, you got to watch out for Kimmich. And if he gets a ball out to Gnabry or Elise or Kane, we're in big trouble. So we just got to watch out for those. If we can stop that, I think we should be fine. But every time that ball is going over the top, it's worrying. Just looking at the team, I think that overall, I think the team's a step behind, and I think it's maybe the North London derby, which has taken a little bit out of the team. Shouldn't, because we won that comfortably, but I feel like Saka's being pressured a lot. Every time he gets the ball, 2-3 players on him, he can't really have a breather. Eze's been a little bit out of it. The one chance he had, he should have put that away. But whatever, you move on. Apart from that, I think the defense needs to be switched on with those balls over the top. I think Lewis Skelly's struggling a little bit against Olise. So second half is underway. Hopefully better from Arsenal. Let's see, ball over the top. It's going to go out for a goal kick. I think Trossard was doing extremely well before he unfortunate injury. Hopefully it's not too serious. He'll be back for the weekend against Chelsea. Madueke's not really done too much. Looking at the replay of the chance that Madueke had, it did look like a little push from Upamecano. But because Upamecano pushed him and fell over himself and Madueke didn't, I think they're not really looking too much into it. But he did give him a little nudge. Is Olise. Referee's going to give a foul against Zubimendi. Just keep an eye out for Kimmich. That's the player we need to watch out for with those passes. Stanisic got a big chance in the first half that he squandered for Bayern Munich. Upamecano again, just playing around the back. Bayern Munich. There's Lima to Kane. Kane playing as a midfielder. Stanisic back to. Oh, sorry. Early morning here in New Zealand, Still getting into it. Here's Carl. And Neuer. Ball, and Carl does well, but Timber's going to get it back. He plays it. Oh, lovely back heel, but with Kimmich right to Saka. He goes for a shot, and he's gone over. Is it a corner? It is a corner, so it's a good little deflection. I don't know who saved that. It wasn't Neuer getting a hand to that. So Timber ball, and then Kimmich just gives it, just wildly passes it to Saka, and I think Neuer gets a hand to this, just ever so slightly. So it's a corner now for Arsenal. We know what we can do at corners. I think it's our second corner. So can we make it 2 from 2? Well, this time they're blocking off Timber from getting to Neuer, but Arsenal are wise out for it. Here's Saka, back to Eze. Have we squandered it? Yeah, we squandered that. Nope, Madueke. Timber, and Kerry came back to Neuer. Ball up top to Olise. It's got Madueke on him. To Kimmich. They got Gnabry wide open. I think Kimmich is going to find that pass. Nope, but Saka gets there first. And Merino, lovely. Oh, Merino is very good with those flick-ons, isn't he? But Eze's had, I think, one of the defenders on him from the get-go. There's Gnabry against Timber. Playing the ball, but not finding anybody. Trying to find Kane, but Kane's not going to make those runs for you. So back to David Raya. Here we go. Merino to Rice. Eze does well. Referee gives a free kick against Ta. That's the third foul by Ta. I don't know if the referee is counting those or not. He had 2 earlier in the first half and he's already got 1 now. Here's Merino, lovely ball to Saka. Saka again, he's got 2 people on him, but he gets a corner. I mean, that's the thing, right? Just take advantage of their man. If you got 2 people on you, try and, deflect one off for a corner. Now what will we do from this corner? So I'm always smiling when we ever say peace because you never know what's going to happen. They're trying to block off Timber from running into Neuer again like he did in the first one. Referee's eagle-eyeing our team and somebody took a tumble. He's going to give a free kick. What for? Who tumbled over? I think Gnabry. Gnabry's just standing in front of Merino and then he just took a tumble. So referee's going to, I think, hopefully to retake this one. Yeah, just a retake. No foul against Merino. So he stopped it before the ball was in play. So we get another bite of the cherry. Here we go. Saka to whip it in. Ball is in, but everybody's down there. Ball. Oof, what's going on? Finally cleared out by Kimmich. Eze. Saka. No, Mourinho. No, I think that was going to go all the way back to Rice. Good play from Eze and Saka there. It's chaotic what's going on here. So the ball is whipped in and nobody gets a hit to it. If an Arsenal player got a hit to that, that would have gone in. The ball played back in. Yeah, just look at Merino here. Oh, it's Merino and Saliba. Just everybody. The header's missing everybody there. And then the cutback by Saka. And then if Merino left it, it would have gone to Declan Rice. But Merino just shooting over. So a couple of big chances here for Arsenal. Not big chances, but, threats. So good start to the second half. Again, no matter how good you start, as always, Bayern Munich have that long ball by Kimmich that you need to watch out for. Mosquera does well. Kimmich does well. And Lewis Skelly blocks that pass. Lewis Skelly's got to be careful as well because he was a little bit he was committing a little bit too many fouls against Olise in the first half. So just gotta watch out he doesn't get the better of him. It's Stanisic to Olise to Kimmich. Saliba to Saka. Here's Madueke's header. Here's Olise. Gonna give a foul against Zubimendi there. They wanted to take it quick, but no. Referee stops the play, so here we go. So the Bayern Munich centre-backs are up for this free kick by Kimmich. It's more on the halfway line. So he's going to try and do... Maybe he's going to play it short to Pavlovic. No, Eze's on him. There's Kimmich, ball in. Lovely ball, but Raya gets it. It's not a lovely ball. It's the ball to nowhere. And here we go, Arsenal on the break. Rice. He's got Timber on the outside. He goes and it takes a deflection of Lima and it's a corner. Another corner opportunity for Arsenal. We've started the half with 3 corners already. 3 times the amount we had in the first half. Saka's deliveries have been very good so far this game. Much better than the corner kicks we had against Tottenham. I think we had a couple with Declan Rice and they weren't getting past the first man. But Saka's corners have been great. And looks like Timber is being watched out for by Lima. He's got Mosquera and Timber to watch out for here. And Saka's ball and Kane clears it. Back to Saka. Is he going to put it back in? He does put it back in. And it's a free header for Merino, but it's straight at Manuel Neuer. And it looks like he is a little bit, far out to really generate any power on that. It's a difficult one for Merino, If he was closer to Neuer, you'd think, well. And Carl's got the better of Lewis Skelly. Lewis Skelly, he's having a horrid time. And not only did Carl get the better of him, Lewis Skelly just couldn't match him for pace there. And then the finish is right. The shot is right at Raya. He's lucky he couldn't curve around. I think we need to make a change. I think Lewis Skelly's struggling against the wingers here. And that ball good pass by Raya there. And here's Eze. He's got Madueke. Too close there to Olise there. I think, is that a foul against Madueke? I think you bring on Calafiori or you bring on Hincapi. You bring on somebody that's gonna hold the ground very strong. Lewis, he's a great player, man, but it's that fear in you that, okay, here we go. Play continues and another corner. Nope. Pavlovic does well to keep it in. Now it's gone out for a corner. Okay. Oh, Stanisic. I keep mixing up Pavlovic and Stanisic. I don't really watch Bayern. Well, look at that. Just Calafiori and Hincapi are both warming up there. And I think, Lewis Skelly could be a casualty of that. So 4 corners by Saka. Here's the first one for Rice. His deliveries weren't good against Tottenham. We've had a goal from the other side. Let's get another one from this side. There we go. Lovely delivery, and this time it's Merino again, and it just goes wide. Look how close this is. Oh, so close for Merino. That's so close, so close. It's again, that's a. I mean, he should do better with that than the one he did earlier on. That was a difficult chance, but this one, it's just luck, right? And again, you see these chances and you're thinking, oof, you gotta put your chances away against Bayern Munich because they get one chance. Well, to be honest, they've had two chances as well. Carl had a big chance that he hit right at Raya. But we're doing really well, right? It's Neuer. This time it's Neuer, but Mosquera does well. Here's Madueke against Olise. He does extremely well there. Here's Madueke. Foul, and I think, Upamecano's already been booked. Upamecano's already been booked. He's not going to give a second yellow for that. Maybe one more chance for Upamecano. I mean, he could easily give him a red there. He did step on his foot. I think that's a yellow. I think that's a second yellow. He is checking. He's given a yellow card to somebody for company there. I think you could give a second yellow for that on Upamecano. I think that's more of a yellow than the one in the first half. This referee, man. I mean, Bayern should be down to 10 men right now. I think that's a second yellow card. So delivery now by Declan Rice. It's gone. Oh, it's gone through everybody. And Mosquera. Is that a save by Neuer or does he mistime that? Okay, here we go. Is it offside? No, it's everybody's onside. And it took a bounce. And then Mosquera, he's again, take a bounce. And then Mosquera it's a save by Neuer. Oh, it's a good save by Neuer. He's had his hands up there. So Bayern under the cosh a little bit. They should have had a red card. But here's another corner for Arsenal. Declan Rice, lovely delivery again, but this time they clear it. Lewis Skelly's touch isn't the best, but luckily we've got Eze back here to cover. Here's Raya to Declan Rice. Well, sort of blocked there, but Harry Kane and any hand on him on the back, he's gonna go down. So it's a free kick against Madueke. I mean, I still can't get over the fact that, Upamecano should have a second yellow card. I mean, VAR should have looked at that. He did step on Madueke's foot there. Here's Lewis Skelly to Madueke. Lewis Skelly does well. Mosquera to Zubimendi. Saliba. Gotta take advantage of this momentum we have at the moment. Oh, Timber could have played Saka over the top. Doesn't want to take that risk. Here's Zubimendi. We're enjoying a little bit more possession at the moment. Bayern Munich are the ones sitting back, absorbing it. Here's Mosquera to Lewis Skelly. No, sorry, Rice. Mosquera. Eze back to Zubimendi. Saliba to Zubimendi. Slowly going backwards here. Mosquera. Ball over the top to Madueke. Does well. Good touch. And here's Declan Rice. Rampant run. He's got Eze. He's going to go himself. He's going to go himself. No, how's that not gone in, man? It took a bounce and what happened there? Oh my God, how did that not go in? I gotta watch a replay here. So Olise all over the top to Stanisic, but Saliba should have it covered from Kane. Raya over the top to Saka and foul against Lima. Again, Lima's being booked. Upamecano's being booked. Here we go. So Neuer saves it, and then it comes off Lima and it comes off Kimmich's head. It's a brilliant save by just his toes. Neuer saved it with his toes. What a save! And I mean, you don't blame Rice for going it himself. Ball over the top to Timber, and it's going to go up for an Arsenal throw in here. No, it's not. It's not going in. Here's Timber. Rice. Eze. What a chance for Declan Rice. Oh my god. Neuer, man. Neuer, this goalkeeper. He's made two big saves. One from Mosquera's header, one from Declan Rice. Here's Saka. Saliba. Zubimendi back to Mosquera. Arsenal on the front foot. Gotta take advantage while we're here. Eze to Zubimendi. Mosquera. Rice back to Zubimendi. Ball over the top to Timber. Good touch. Saka. Given a foul against Saka. I don't know for what exactly. What did he give a foul for? I mean, he does sort of, slightly hold his shirt, but he just, I don't know, man. This referee, you got two Bayern players on yellow cards. I think it's two Bayern players in yellow. I think it's two, right? I didn't mess up anything because I keep forgetting to, yeah. Zubimendi thinking anything Kimmich can do, I can do better. And that ball, Timber and Saka always looking for those long balls. There's a long ball by, again, look at this. Bayern Munich, Elise found. This time, I think it was Pavlovic or Stanisic who found that. Now, Lewis Skelly needs support here. Elise is past him. But the shot is blocked. Pass is blocked. But again, Lewis Skelly needs help. He's struggling there on facing Elise. Now Bayern Munich's on the front foot. Elise. Karl. Pavlovic to Lima. Under pressure now, Lima. Saka does well, extremely well. Here's Eze. We have to take advantage of this. Eze. Not losing it, that's good. Here's Timber, Eze, okay. Some pressure relieved. Bayern Munich back in position though. Here's Rice. Saka does really well against Lima. Lima's, he could have fouled him, but he's on a yellow card. Here's Zubimendi. Mosquera. Mosquera's been decent today. Rice. Zubimendi trying to find that through Paul, find somebody, but Bayern Munich are very good shape at the moment. Can't break through at the moment. Here's Rice to Saliba. Back to Zubimendi. Raya to Saliba. Back to Raya. Have to go all the way back to Raya. Here's Saka. Oh, sorry, Timber. Timber does well to find Saka. Saka did well there against Lima. Saka's starting to get the better of Lima. I think that yellow card is impacting that. So a couple of changes being made by Arsenal. Calafiore and Martinelli brought on. Martinelli back from an injury. So while we have the ball, looking at the other results, Inter have equalized against Atletico Madrid. PSV have regained the lead against Liverpool. Real Madrid, Mbappe's fourth goal makes it 4-2. PSG are 4-2 up against Tottenham. Saka's coming off for Martinelli. PSG have they went down 2-1 and then they just went on a rampage, scoring 4 goals, so 4-2 up. Incredible scenes there. Saka's coming off being rested. And I think this is clever by Arteta because Lima's on a yellow card. You bring on Martinelli, who's going to exploit that pace. And Martinelli's good defensively as well. And Lewis Skelly, who was struggling against Olise today. Olise and Calafiore is coming on. So 2 big changes by Arsenal. We have 1 player back from injury. Another player back from injury, sorry. I mean, you'd like to see Odegaard. I don't think he might. He's not going to, unless we're losing, I don't think he's going to bring on Odegaard. He's going to risk him. Maybe in the last, 5 minutes, he might bring him on. I think there's more chance of maybe Norgard coming on instead of Odegaard if we take the lead. If we take the lead, I don't think I don't know what happens. You know, I'm not Arteta. If I was Arteta, if it stays like this, maybe bring on Odegaard for Eze, and I think he will bring on Odegaard for Eze. You want some minutes for your captain before the Chelsea game. Raya, long ball upfield. Madueke, Pomacano's there. Again, there's a strong case to be made that Bayern should be down to 10 men today. Wayward pass finding Declan Rice. Here's Eze. Calafiore. Lovely ball. And it's 2. Who was that? Madueke. Madueke makes it 2 for Arsenal, and Calafiore, instant impact. Lovely ball. And Noni Madueke, 2-1 to Arsenal. There we go. We take the lead. What a ball from Calafiore. It's a wayward pass. I don't know who was it at Bayern who made that wayward pass, but Arsenal take the lead. I think it's, yeah, Upamecano. He shouldn't even be on the field, but it's a wayward pass. Eze is on. Calafiore's onside. And lovely ball, and Lima, he just gets in front of Lima, whatever. And then look at that, lovely finish. Neuer is nowhere to be found. Lovely. And I'm thinking, oh, Merino's not getting there, but Madueke gets his first Arsenal goal, and what a game to get it in. The substitutions, you know, good substitutions. You know, Trossard coming off injured, we're worried that, you know, he might miss the Chelsea game, and then Madueke's come up here and given us the lead. Now, time to focus, you know. If you played the earlier version of Football Manager, you know, now this is when you press the focus shout. You know. What is that noise? Here we go. Free kick 2. Getting a call there. I can't answer the calls. I'm on the video. Okay. Looks like Nicholas Jackson is warming up to come on for Bayern Munich. It's a free kick opportunity now. Kimmich is gonna put this one in. Now this is when we gotta focus. The ball is in and cleared out there. I think it was Calafiore, good clearance. Kimmich again. A lot of players going down, and Gnabry's not able to get to that. Goes out for a goal kick. I think some Bayern players were going down. I think Gnabry tried to put a foot up to get there. Karate chops it, but it's going nowhere near the goal. And it's Gnabry. I think that was his last contribution. I think he's coming off for Nicholas Jackson. And Lima is coming off as well. Oh, forgot to put the timer. I mean the scoreboard, my bad. Apologies for that. I keep forgetting to do that. Some habit I need to get used to. Okay. 72 minutes gone, 18 left. Lima's off. He was already on a yellow card. I think Company sought that and made that change as required. I think who else was it that came on? Didn't quite catch that. Tom Bischoff. I don't know who that is. And Saliba holding back game, but the referee's not giving anything into that. Madueke, here's Merino. Zubimendi, back to Saliba. Arsenal with 10 attempts to Bayern Munich's 5. I mean, no one can say that we haven't put up a fight this game. This is the new Arsenal, guys. Everybody who's used to the walloping we got from Bayern back in 2017 or 2015 or 2012. This is not the same Arsenal. We're a different Arsenal, more professional, and we got to show that now. We got to win this game. I think that a win here is a statement win. A draw, if you draw this game, we drew with them 2 years ago. You need to win this game, and I think the coach needs to school the former student. Good there. The referee's going to give a foul, but it's a yellow card to Saliba for time wasting. I don't know what that 3 was up for. I don't think Saliba's made 3 fouls in this game. I think he's just booked him for time wasting, really. It's the first Arsenal yellow card of the game for a player. Not sure what they get. I'm not sure what that, if it's for time wasting, sure. I don't know. But that number 3 that he held up is kind of putting me off because Saliba's not committed 3 fouls this game. Declan Rice on Kane. Good tackle from Declan Rice. And he's just pumping up the crowd. Let's go. Zubimendi, good header to Eze. Foul against Pavlovic. I think that's Pavlovic. It's Pavlovic, yeah. Foul against Pavlovic. Ball to Madueke. Here we go. I haven't really seen Martinelli in this game yet. He hasn't really impacted since coming on. Ball over the top. We have too many players up. Timber's out of position. Zubimendi's going to get back in cover, but Calafiori's got it. Good. Back to Raya. Calafiori just so silky on the ball, isn't he? Raya upfield, long ball. It's going to go out for a throw in for Bayern Munich. 15 minutes left. We just need the team to hang on here. Done well. The second half has been all Arsenal. We just need to continue that. Watch out for Kimmich and his long balls. Here we go. Martinelli against Stanisic. Calafiori against Olise. First time that's happening in this game. Calafiori holds him up well. Kimmich to Upamecano. Upamecano to Ta. Finding Upamecano again. Here's Upamecano. He's running upfield. Olise now. Against Calafiori. He's run into the box. He's got 2-3 players on him, and they do well to good defending from Arsenal. Here's Eze. Ball over the top. Martinelli's through. Martinelli's through. Surely. Martinelli. 3-1. What a goal. No, I mean, that was a jump scare. Neuer just coming out of nowhere. Martinelli coming on is Mr. Super Sub, and Arsenal make it 3-1. Oh man, here we go. Before we forget scoreboard. Before we forget the scoreboard, there we go. 3-1 to the Arsenal. Olise running into the box. I mean, it all starts with Olise running into the box. And, 3-4 players around them win it. I mean, I want to see that again because somebody made a really good pass, Eze, and Eze just dinked it to Martinelli, and Martinelli had the better of the defender, and then Neuer, just jump scare moment. Look at that. They won the ball. Lovely. And I think it's Merino who plays it to Eze, and Eze, lovely ball over the top, and Martinelli's touch just takes it away from Neuer, and then Kimmich is not going to get there. Lovely ball from Eze. Look at that touch. That touch just takes it away from. It's really smart from Martinelli. He's a completely different player this season, isn't he? What a finish, and Arsenal are running away with it now. The substitutions have changed this game. Madueke coming on and scoring, Fury coming on and assisting, Martinelli coming on and scoring. The substitutions have absolutely changed this game. What a win. This is what we want, right? Now take off like a few more players, rest them for the take off Rice. Oh, here we go again. Neuer's gonna get there this time. Oh, Madueke beats Madueke. And the ball, good ball out from Neuer to find I think it's Nicholas Jackson to Carl. And Timber's fallen over and the referee stopped the play. I think he's given a foul against Jackson there. Cameras on Company. The Bayern Munich fans were singing in the first half. They look more quiet now, and Arsenal looks like Timber's. I mean, take Timber off, right? Give him a rest. He's one of our most important defenders. Rest him for the Chelsea game. Bring Ben White on. Ben White's more than capable of, holding our 2-goal lead. We need some substitutions now. And Timber looks knackered. He's a bit slow to get up here. So David Raya now. I mean, this is if it stays like this, it's a statement win, right? We thump Tottenham at home, and then we thump Bayern Munich, and good there from Marino. He's just very good with the first balls. He's winning the headers, and Martinelli just can't get the better of Stanisic. And Olise finds Kimmich, and foul by Marino, and I think the referee's gonna book him for that. You take one for the team, right? You take one for the team. Doesn't really matter. You can get a yellow card. It's a bit of a nasty tackle, though. Yeah, I think not. It's not a Luis Diaz situation. I think it's a tough tackle, but whatever. And it looks like it is happening. Ben White's coming on for Timber, and I think Eze is gonna be withdrawn for Odegaard. Captain Fantastic coming on. Timber's solid performance from Timber. I mean, listen, Bayern didn't do anything on that right hand side. Nabry or Carl, they kept swapping in and out. They couldn't take advantage. Timber's done excellently, and Eze getting the assist. Good goal from Eze. Good assist from Eze. He should have made it. Should have scored in the first half, but he made up for that with that assist. And Martin Odegaard now on for. He takes the captain armband from Declan Rice. And the captain's back, and hopefully he stays longer than 20 minutes this time. Good to have Martin Odegaard on the field. I mean, it's worrying for Bayern because Odegaard could easily make it 4-1, 5-1. This game could get out of hand if Bayern aren't careful. And Kimmich has come off for Leon Goretzka, and it looks like is that Guerrero? So Guerrero comes on, and I think Kim is coming on as well. So Upamecano's on a yellow card, and he's been withdrawn for Kim. And I didn't see who Guerrero was. Yeah, Guerrero's on for Carl. Carl getting his goal. Finally, somebody scoring against Arsenal in the Champions League. Got a lot of talent for a 17-year-old. Looking at the other results, PSV are 3-1 up against Liverpool. Wow, I mean, what's going on there? I mean, at home against PSV, it's insane, right? They're losing that. PSG are 5-3 up against Tottenham with Vitinha getting a hat-trick. Real Madrid are 4-3 now against Olympiacos. It's a goal fest today, isn't it, in the Champions League? Yesterday was a bit quiet. Today's a goal fest. Marino. Rice. 8 minutes left. Oh, Rice just couldn't keep it in. Oh, foul. Referee's given a foul against Zubimendi, but he's saying for what? And Arsenal were through on goal there. No yellow card for Zubimendi, even though that's his second or third foul in the game. I think the referee's been pretty even out, you know. They're not sending off Upamecano. He's kind of evened it out by not booking Arsenal players for multiple fouls. And the ball over the top is not going to find Elise. Kimmich isn't on the field. I mean, we haven't really noticed Harry Kane at all today, have we? Harry Kane has done absolutely nothing. We've done extremely well to mitigate anything from Bayern Munich. The only chances they've had have been long balls over the top. I mean, it's what you call like negative possession they had in the first half, where they did nothing with it. Stanisic. Declan Rice to Martinelli. Martinelli against Stanisic. Stanisic does well there. Here's Olise. Stanisic did well, but it's an Arsenal throw-in. Struggling, isn't he? Martinelli coming on fresh and ready to pounce. Arteta. There's Marino. Marino, another great performance in the striker position. No Gyökeres, no problem for Arsenal. We sign a striker to challenge for titles, and our strikers are injured. And Marino is again, but it's not Marino, right? It's the Maduekes, it's the Ezes, it's the Zubimendis, it's the Mosqueras, who, you know, all these different new signings that are impacting us when Gyökeres is out injured. You know, Odegaard's out, we got Eze. Here's Odegaard. 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 Oh, and I think it's Bosch or Bishkov makes a vital clear interception by the referee's assistant's got his flag up, gonna be offside anyway. 6 minutes to go. Odegaard pressuring Neuer. Neuer's ball over the top. It's a foul against Saliba. The referee's saying play on. And Kane finding Bischoff. Is it Bischoff? I don't want to keep saying players' names incorrect. There's a lot of new players for Bayern that I haven't heard of yet. It is yeah, Bischoff. Tom Bischoff. It's Kim. Kim making a run into the box. Mosquera does well. He's in some sort of pain, Mosquera. Here we go, Elise. Game's not over yet. Declan Rice, great interception, but not a great pass, and Bayern Munich have it back. And Madueke clears it out, and Martinelli is going to go out for a throw-in for Arsenal. I mean, you know, this is, you know, maybe wait a couple of minutes, maybe take off Declan Rice, maybe take him off now. I don't know if Arteta trusts Norgard at the moment for such a task, but you know, you need to rest with Zubimendi or Declan Rice. Ball played in. Here is Kim, ball over the top. Zubimendi gets it to Bischoff. Here's Tar. Ball to Kane. He's got Mosquera on him. And the referee gives a foul against Mosquera. Kane takes it quick. Saliba has it. Saliba down to Bischoff and Ben White. First action of the match, I believe. There to cover for Saliba. Here's Kane. And Calafiori does well. And Arsenal are on the break again. It's Ricardo Calafiori. Is Martinelli. It's an foul for, it's a free kick, throw in for Arsenal here. Martinelli does well, Calafiori and Martinelli linking up very well on that left-hand side. Here's Odegaard, Calafiori, Mosquera back to Raya. Bayern pushing for a second goal here, but pushing for a goal to... So Mendes pass almost getting intercepted by Jackson. Here's Raya, ball up top. Marino, here's Stanisic. Kane filling in for Kimmich, it looks like. To Bischoff. I think that's Guerrero. Bischoff. Bayern Munich substitutes haven't really impacted the game, where Arsenal substitutes are potentially going to win us this game. Bayern Munich haven't really done much. His Olise, Calafiori does well, and that's why, you know, he is our starting left back. Marino, he had Rice, but yeah, he does opt to use Rice. It's Arsenal's throw, Martinelli. A minute left of regular time. Arsenal on top at the moment. Bayern Munich not really, again, since they've gone behind, they haven't really done much. The biggest chance they've had in the second half has been that Kyle shot right at Raya. It's a free kick against Kim. Marino's done really well, hasn't he? Just causing problems for everybody. I mean, if anybody comes into facing Arsenal and saying that, oh, it's going to be, you know, thank God Havertz or Gyökeres are out injured, oh, we'll have a good time against, you know, Mikel Merino. They're in for a game. So the Arsenal centre-backs all up, Arsenal fullbacks all up. A minute left. Can we get another goal and make this a bigger statement when than already is? Declan Rice bringing it in. Declan Rice's deliveries have been excellent today. Ball over the top. Calafiori's header right into Neuer's hands. And I attempted a counter here from Bayern Munich. Here's Stanisic. But Arsenal get back into position. Counter gone. Here's Goretzka, who I haven't seen touch the ball as well. Kim. Stanisic. I think that's Pavlovic. To Stanisic. There's Olise. Foul against Zubimendi there. I think the referee might give him a yellow card. He shouldn't, because the game's almost over. Referees, okay. Well, 4 minutes added on. I think even if Bayern score now, it's not going to really make a big difference in the grand scheme of things. Olise is going to take the free kick. Harry Kane's desperate for a goal against Arsenal, even if they lose. He wants that goal. Ball over the top. Cleared out. Kim. Deflected. Kim again. That's gone over. Oof. Chance for Bayern Munich there, but again, not really troubling Raya. Raya didn't really have to do much in that sequence of play. Cameras on Vincent Kompany. It's the first loss Bayern Munich are going to face this season. They did ride their luck against PSG last time out against 10 men. With 10 men, they held on for the win. But today, you know, Arsenal are not PSG this season. I think PSG are slightly weaker this season, and I think Arsenal have upgraded this season. Two minutes left here. Raya's ball in. Kim back to Neuer. Tough pass by Neuer, but he gets it to Stanisic. Kim. Here's Harry Kane. Zubimendi should watch out. There's no reason to get a yellow card this late in the game. Pavlovic to Olise, who's been well maintained by Calafiori since coming on. Ball into and Rice clears it out, and Calafiori doesn't get it, but Marino gets it. He's gonna get a foul. Again, like you notice, like what players do, to get fouls. He was being pulled. Marino was done well. Great performance by Marino again. For a minute left, who are we going to give man of the match to, right? Because the whole team has played excellent. Do you give it to, Marino? Do you give it to Eze? But I think that man of the match, for somebody who's played 90 minutes, potentially you give it to Marino. Again, Timber has been excellent. Again, the centre backs have been good. Apart from that one switch off for the goal, not really much you can do. Like it's a fantastic ball from Kimmich, fantastic ball from Gnabry. In the first half, I was saying they switched off, but not much you can do regarding that goal. But I think maybe you give it to Madueke. He put in a shift. He got his first goal for the club. You have the usual suspects like Raw, lovely, and oof, lovely passing there, but Marino just couldn't get the ball. I think that will do it. Referee waiting for 30 seconds past 4 minutes now. Bayern Munich, no, and that's the final whistle. Great win by Arsenal. It's a big statement win. It's been a tough week and tough run of games, but you beat Tottenham, you beat Bayern. Now you got one more game on the list. You beat Chelsea, and that's it, right? This is our season. You avoid defeat against Chelsea, but what a win! Arteta finally gets one over Bayern as a coach, and Arsenal get their first win over Bayern Munich since I think 2013 or 2012 or 2013. Madueke gets his first goal for the club. Martinelli comes on and scores as a substitute. He's so good at doing that this season. Odegaard with some brilliant touches, so it's good to see Odegaard back. And Timber getting a goal in the first half. Timber, you could arguably give man of the match to. He was very good today as well. He scored a goal, and his side was relatively left, trouble-free. Everybody going down Miles Lewis Skelly's side. Lewis Skelly struggling a bit against Olise and Carl, but he's still young. He's still got a lot of potential for growth. Calafiori coming on to short up that right-hand side for us, absolutely. Mosquera and Saliba, good job. Riot, really not much to do this game. As always, he made a good save for Carl, but that shot was right at him. And Arsenal get another win, another big win. And I think if other results went our way, I think we remain top of the table. PSG getting a red card, so PSG beat Tottenham 5-3. Real Madrid hold on for a 4-3 win against Olympiacos. Liverpool lose 4-1 against PSV. Wow, I think Slot's gone. I'm not a Liverpool supporter, but hearing some Liverpool supporters recently, I think that, I think Arne Slot might just be gone. This is horrible for them. A big loss. The back-to-back back-to-back losses at home? Crazy. Atletico Madrid beating Inter Milan 2-1, and that means, ladies and gentlemen, that means that Arsenal are the sole team on top of the table, 15 points. PSG is second with 12. PSG, Bayern, and Inter and Real Madrid on 12 points, and we're 5 points away from 9th place, Man City and Atalanta. So great week so far for Arsenal. And it can only get better, right? It can only get better if we can do the job now on the weekend, The only big concern from this game is that Trossard coming off. He wasn't limping. He was walking gingerly. So I think shouldn't be nothing too serious. I think it should just be a little niggle, and I think he should. I hope that he's back for the Chelsea game. But it's Declan Rice man of the match, and player of the match. I wouldn't have it any other way. He is fantastic, defensively and attacking wise, fantastic. All his deliveries, and Saka, we're seeing right now, Saka and Rice's deliveries were on point for corners, free kicks, corners. I think every corner or free kick we had, I think most of them we had somebody get a hit onto it. Marino had a couple and just going wide. So Marino with a great performance. History being made at the moment at Arsenal, destroying Bayern Munich, destroying Tottenham. I think Chelsea, by the way this game started, you think that Bayern Munich would dominate this game, but no. We grew into this game, and rightfully so, we won the game. And I think when you look at the chances created, I think we saw that we have 12 shots to their 8 shots on target compared to their 2, and look at the XG, 2.72 XG compared to Bayern's 0.78. So this big game, big win, statement win. We are arguably coming to this game. We were the top 2, best European teams and I think we edged past Bayern. I think, and that's Bayern's first loss of the season, and we just continue rolling. And just looking at the stats now, 43% possession, but what did Bayern do with all that possession? We gave them the ball and we said, come on, play through us. They couldn't play through us. They tried to play over us in the first half, and I think in the second half, we learned from that. We showed up, and I think that Lewis Skelly's substitution is changed the game as well for Calafiori. Calafiori came up, and that's it. Olise was gone, out of the game. And I think when Kimmich went off, that's it. Nothing really. I think Kane was dropping in, trying to do something. But when you look at the top 5 distances, Marino, Zubimendi, Rice, Mosquera, Saliba for us, and our players are in our top 5 players. 4 are our players in that top 5 distance covered. So yeah, guys, I hope if you watch this later on, I hope you enjoy this, and leave a like, share, subscribe, and we'll be back for the Chelsea game in a few days' time. And yeah, great week so far. Let's finish it off on a high note against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. Thank you. We'll see you then.